All right, I got the 2003 Elite on the lift today. What I'm going to work on is I'll probably do the drive belt. I may do a separate video on that. I've already seen a few on YouTube, but I figure the more on there, the better. I'm going to work on removing these side covers. Mine are pretty dinged up, some rust on them. That's really the only thing that's pretty bad eyesore on this bike. I did order a couple NOS plastics for this side that should be coming in. I couldn't find any on the other side, but this side's pretty scratched up here. So I'll probably end up painting the little side plastics anyway, since I'll have them off. So we're gonna work on popping this thing off, sand this rust off, prime it, paint it. I did get some Shasta white spray paint and some 2K clear coat. So we're gonna remove some panels and get right to it. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is pop this center cover off. Should just unscrew with one little bolt or one screw. This centerpiece should pop off. Now let me open this up. And no need. Come on. Click on that tab here. Click on this bottom tab. Hold on. Next, we're going to pop off these side covers. There's a little flathead screw you have to remove here. Then you just pop the panels off, and that should be that. I don't know why I always have an issue pulling off this right side panel for some reason. It always wants to get stuck up on this thing, but whatever. First thing, unscrew this. All right. Let's see how smooth this will come apart this time. I didn't have this off too long ago. I just got this bike back together, so you just kind of push in the sides here. Actually, maybe I'll pop this. Let me pop off this back trim first. Pop off this little bumper piece. Just slides in there and pops in. No big deal. Well, I say that. Come on. Feel it. Getting stuck on here. Come on. No. That's loose. I always get stuck on this darn rack for me here. Alright, that piece is popped out. We pop that back piece off. Come on, baby. You know what? Let me pop this rack off. I always have an issue getting my panels off. I'm just gonna pop it off anyways because I think I'm gonna repaint this black too, so why the hell not? Yeah, let's just get the rack off. It's 10 millimeters on the sides. And a 12 millimeter on this back. get that damn thing out of the way. Now let's see if we have some access. You know, while I'm at it, you don't have to take these off. I'm just gonna pop this little side cover off because I gotta take it off anyways. It's a little 10mm nut also. Now that one hit there at least. All right, come on, baby. It's just caught up right here. Ah, there it goes. Jeez. Caught on that one little piece. I want to scratch this all up, so I'll put that there. All right. One piece off, then we pop the other side piece off, then we'll take it from there. Next thing, we're going to remove this rubber mat here. I like to put a little WD-40 on these. I don't want to rip it off. Lets it come out a little bit. There we go. All right, same thing on the other side, then we'll pop this off. Okay, let's see what we're working with here. Looks like some 10mm bolts holding this panel on. We'll pop those off real quick. I think these are all the same size bolts. Let me see. Nope. Back ones are a little bit shorter than the ones in the front. Yeah, all the top ones are a little bit longer. I'll keep those bolts right where they're supposed to go. Now, so we're getting some access here. I don't know if you need to pop this off or not. Let me take a look here, see what we got to do. We'll take the next step. Okay, so the orientation of this stuff, bolt there, bolt there. You do have to remove this one also because it might be kind of hard to see. There's a 10mm nut right there, and that's where that one bolt was. So we'll pop this off, and it looks like that should be it, and we should be good to go. Same thing on the other side too. So we pop these two front nuts underneath here. There is one more at the bottom on each side right here. Then this thing should be loose and pop right out. Another 10mm. This clearly has never been taken off before. Missing something? Oh, all right. One more 10mm nut right here on this stud. this should, I believe, just pull off from here. Hold on one second. Let me get that other nut off. So at the very front, that nut I showed earlier, there was also a screw as well right in front of there. But the panel is off. So now pop the other side off and we'll get to sanding and all the fun boring stuff. So we got both sides off. I'm going to pop the 10 mil nut off on this, take the side cover off, and might as well, this is a little like clevis pin, whatever you want to call it. Pop this off, then we will start sanding, and let's see if this is going to come out. It definitely needs to be refinished. It's pretty nasty. Looks like total crap, so we will make this look a lot better soon. Okay, so I popped the pin out of this. I'm going to pop this off with a little 10 millimeter, then this thing will be completely stripped. Sorry, this part with a 10 millimeter. I don't even know what this is. It's part of the bracket, I guess. Who knows? Pop this out, then this thing will be ready to go. I'm trying to pop this rubber pad off, but man, this side is a pain. I don't know if they glue it on, I guess. I got some of it off here. But man, I don't really want to rip it. These rubbers are pretty hard to come by. Oop. I squirted some WD-40 on it to kind of help a little bit, but man, I'm having a tough time on this side here. I wonder if I can do this without ripping it too much. Yeah, they must have glued this rubber piece on, I guess. Man. Oh, it's coming. Man, it's almost all off. Just got to get that little end piece off on that side and we should be good. Yeah, this stuff must be glued on here. If not, then I don't know how the hell else it'd be holding on. Yeah, come on. What is going on? A little tab in here. Trying to get this little piece out with it. Looks like it should all come out, but man, it's hard to get. Where's my punch at? I didn't know this was metal too. Thought it was plastic. Guess the rush should have gave that away. Come on. Jeez. Yeah, it's held down by the little plastic nipple. I guess I'll just pop it out. Screw it. Squirt a little WD-40 on there. So there's two little rubber pads in there. There it is. What a pain. I don't know if I'm gonna, maybe they're not glue. Well, that looks like glued to me. Who knows? It's 20 years old, so it is what it is. But at least those covers are off. This does not come off, as far as I can tell. Looks like it's pinned on there or something underneath here. Whatever, I'm gonna leave that on anyways. We can mask that off, it's not a big deal. So, kind of pain in the butt, but let's do the other side now. While I was popping this other one off, this actually just pops right out and removes, I think it's a little 8mm. So once you pop this 8mm nut off, this whole cover will be exposed. A little correction, this is actually a 7mm nut, which I can't, man, nothing's 7mm, but there it is. Also a little spacer looks like on that corner that goes right on that little stud. So little nut, spacer, and it is complete. On this one panel, this one's nice and straight. There's a couple little dents and dings. I'm gonna take this to my vise, try to hammer this out a little bit. No one's ever gonna notice it, but if it's off, might as well do it right. Let me try to straighten this stuff out. Let's see what we can do here. Doesn't need much at all. All right, that's good. That's all it takes. See it there, a lot better than it was. So I'm not going to go crazy with this stuff. I'll probably just hit it with a little 220, then maybe some 320 or 400, then prime it up. The main goal is just to scuff it up and get some of this surface rust off here. So we'll continue this, and I'll work on the little side skirts, covers, whatever the hell you want to call them. Then we will get this stuff all primed in. Removing all the stuff on the inside is going to be a huge pain. I'm not going to go crazy with this part. I'll try with a little wire wheel, get what I can, but I'm obviously going to focus on the outside more. But we'll still prime over this stuff, but I'll try to get rid of most of this rust here. Okay, so after a long time of sanding, we got these looking a lot better. Everything's nice and smooth, no rust on the outside. Also got the covers looking good. I can't really, I did some Scotch-Brite and some sandpaper in here. You know, that stuff's impossible to get rid of. I'm going to use a rust, whatever, inhibitor primer. I got some more heavy-duty stuff I'm going to try to use on the inside of the rails than on the outside. We'll see how it works. I don't usually use two different types of primer, but it shouldn't really make a big difference. So, but these are definitely looking better, except for the inside, but no one's going to see them anyways. But tomorrow, I'm going to try to get these all primed and painted and clear coated. I still need to go over with a 320 grit. Then after that, we should be good to go. All right, so I waxed and greased, prep sprayed everything, or wax and grease removed, should I say. Everything's looking pretty decent. So the inside of these little panels, or the rocker panels, aren't going to look too great, but you know what? I think it's going to look a hell of a lot better than it did. So next we're going to get these primed up, and then we're going to do our Shasta White base coat and try our clear and see how these things turn out. I'm going to be using two different primers. This heavy rusted metal one I'm going to use on the inside, and this I'm just going to use for everything else. It's for light rust, bare metal. So let's start with this on the inside, then we will prime everything else. All right, see how this stuff turns out here. All right, let me hit up the other side now, or the other piece. All right, next thing up, we're going to use the regular primer to paint this metal and plastic trim pieces. We'll do a couple coats on these, and we will actually, might as well film this part too, why not? Just gotta do a couple light coats. These are actually in pretty good shape. As long as they don't fall off. All right, let's finish these up, then we'll top coat everything. Next up is going to be the base coat. I bought this off of Custom Cans. It's the Shasta White. I'll do 2, maybe 3 coats of base, then we'll get to the clear after that. All right, base coat's done. Came out pretty good. Unfortunately, there is a couple little splatters from the can. Kind of hard to see, honestly. A couple little splatters. That can is really finicky the direction you hold it. But honestly, it came out pretty darn good. Of course, we still got to clear and all that stuff. Little trim pieces came out really good too. There's one drip on one of the little plastic pieces. I think over right there, but not too bad. Those are done. And then the little battery bracket, painting that in black, just semi-gloss black for that. I'm gonna let these bake for a little bit, then we're gonna clear coat it, and these side panels should be done. All right, it's time to clear coat. I'm gonna be using the Spray Max 2K high gloss clear coat. I'm definitely gonna be wearing my respirator for this because this is some pretty nasty stuff. It's got the isonates and it will just tear you up, pretty toxic. So I already activated the can, shook it for 2 minutes. So we're gonna apply this and then I'll update you when it comes out. All right, first coat of clear is on. Kind of hard to tell. Starting to get a little shine to it there. So we're getting there. I'll let this dry about 10 minutes and hit it up with a second coat. If I have enough, I will try a third coat, but I don't know if the can's gonna last or not. So we will see how it all goes. All right, all the clear coat's on. I'm gonna let it dry here. Came out pretty darn good. Nice shine to it, both sides. It's not perfect. There's one little piece of trash on here somewhere, but yeah, right. You can barely even see it up there, but that's what we get for painting outside. But they came out pretty darn nice. So also painted the bracket right here. That looks pretty good. Take you over to the other trim pieces. These pieces came out really good as well. Pretty much look brand new. Unfortunately, I did drop both of these on the cardboard, so there's a little trash in that one, and the other one had a little bit more, so I'm just going to sand that stuff out and re-clear coat over it. But yeah, these came out pretty good. Like I said, I have some NOS plastics coming in also, or these little covers, but I figure if I'm going to paint it, might as well do it all. So at least this will be a good backup set. And I know one side I could not find the trim for. I can't remember which one it is, but at least it looks a hell of a lot better than it did. I figured might as well also paint the center stand also. It's got some rust on it. I hit it up with just quick sandpaper. I'm just going to prime it and paint it. Since I got a little 2K clear coat left over, I might as well use it. So we're going to knock this out of the way real quick. Okay, all primed up. Let this dry a few minutes, then we'll hit up the base coat. I use this for almost all my black type of framework or whatever, just the regular Rust-Oleum. I think this is the gloss black. Yeah, gloss black Rust-Oleum. Does really good, no issues, cheap enough. I think you got it at Home Depot or Lowe's. So let's let this dry up, then we will hit up the base coat. Of course, I run out of gloss black, but it did have the same paint, just in a semi-gloss black. So we're just going to use that, no big deal. This is the first coat. I'll do one more coat of this, then shoot the gloss clear on it, and this part will be done. All right, last base coat is done. Now we will give it about 10-15 minutes and I'll put on the clear and we're good to go. This is the piece that had all the trash in it. I had to re-clear. Came out pretty decent. It does have a couple little dimples in there, but like I said, this is an extra piece anyways. But overall, it looks a lot better than it did before. Well, clear coat is all done. Came out really nice. Thing looks pretty much new. It's too bad you'll never really see it, but at least I know it's done. That should be all the painting that we're going to do on this project. I'm going to let this stuff dry for at least a day or two. Then we'll reassemble and we will update when it's all ready to go. So my shipment of new NOS parts came in today. Let's see how they actually compare to the painted ones I got. Which one's this one? NOS, the painted one. You know what? Actually, man, that's actually a pretty darn good match. Not too bad at all. Man, there is not much difference. This one, the NOS may be a little bit more yellow, but man, I don't know. Pretty darn close. So that paint is a good match at least. So now we know that. Let's see what else we got here. One thing I did buy too, they had one of these. This is the Shasta White is the Honda Code NH138. This is an NH196. I bought one because they were cheap. They're about $8 each, and I wanted to see. I was just kind of curious how close it matched up. I don't know what this exact color is called, but let's see. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit brighter white, but honestly, not too crazy difference. It's really not too bad though. So yeah, just a little bit more pure white on those ones. So now I got an extra one. And this one actually comes with a little insert. The other ones actually didn't. So anyway, so now someone knows. Definitely a little bit difference in color, but nothing too crazy. It would pass if you're not too picky. So also got a little plastic key guard. Mine's in pretty good shape, but one of the tabs is broken on that one, so I may swap out it eventually. Let's see what else we got. I didn't need this. Mine looks in good shape, but this is a new little intake, brand new. These are pretty hard to come by too, and it was pretty cheap, honestly. You know, that CMS&L, they got some pretty good stuff on there. Some stuff is way too expensive. Some stuff is really reasonable. Foot pegs for the Yamaha. Oh, it's my other bike. That's for my CT90. Gasket set. I think this is for the CH80, I believe. That's the exhaust washer. I have no idea what's in that. And we've got some more random little hardware parts here and there. Here's some of the stuff. I ordered a bunch of random crap. Oh, forgot I got the bearings for the front wheel. Mine were getting a little crunchy, so we'll replace those one day. And then just a bunch of random little bushings, stuff like that. So more hardware. So yeah. I think it's about time to dust seal. This must be for the wheel also. So, ooh, there's the cover. You know what? I want to see this. This is the cover. Also, let's see here. Let's see what the metal looks like painted. It is pretty. Which one is this? Once again, pretty close. Not too bad. This one actually looks almost more yellow. Let's see. So yeah, not bad though. That paint's a pretty good match for the most part. So I think, you know what? I'm just going to save the NOS ones for now. I'll just use the painted ones. They came out pretty darn good. And I think it's going to pass. So we're going to use those for now. Before we start putting this back together, I'm going to roll this outside and clean all this stuff up. Not too often you get to get all this area cleaned up. But before I do that, I need to reinstall the kickstand because there's no way to hold this thing up. So let's pop the kickstand off and we'll go outside and get this all cleaned up. This kickstand came out great. I'm glad I just painted and clear coated over it. Thing looks new. So not a lot of work for a pretty decent result. So we're going to pop this bad boy back on here and get it all done. So this is super easy to install. Just installs by this one pin, and it very easy. Just put a little cotter pin in it. But let's line it up right about here. Stick that pin in there. Also, I greased up the pin a little bit because why the hell not? Try to line it up through that side. All right, go on the other side. I'm gonna pop this little pin in there, and then we're gonna put the spring on. This part's done. All right, pin's in. Put the spring on next. I believe it went this way. You can buy these little spring pullers off Amazon or eBay. I think I got this for like $6 for a 2-pack. They are by far the best thing to use because this is kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. So this has the less travel right here, so I'm going to wrap it around here. See if I can get this without getting in the way. Bring that up. Oh man, it's kind of hard with this damn camera in the way. Actually, no, we're going the other way with it. We'll do this side first. That way I can pull towards the lift instead of having this thing fly off the back. I'm going to lift that up. Then done deal. All right, let's take this outside, get it cleaned up, and take it from there. Clean this stuff up real quick. No one's ever going to see this stuff, but I know it's there. If you're going to do it, might as well do it right. So. Alright, dry this stuff off and get to reassembling. So we got everything nice and cleaned up. I was curious what this the Shasta White would look like in the sun, and it is a pretty darn good match. Kind of hard to tell, but main thing is I was looking at these wheels that I painted with the Rust-Oleum. I believe it was gloss white, and honestly, that is a very close match. Damn, we should go without the shadow. Hold on. So yeah, if you want to look in the other video and see exactly what that paint code was, but man, the Shasta White and that white, at least in person, look pretty darn close. You could probably just get away with using that regular Rust-Oleum. Pretty good looking stuff. Here's another comparison. Oh, so the wheel's a little bit dirty, but yeah, so that's a good option. But I like to use the real stuff. But the Rust-Oleum's a hell of a lot cheaper, and it's just another alternative. We're gonna give this a shot. Try to remember the order this goes in. Came out way better than before, so it's not perfect, but it ain't bad. So I know the very front up here, it's got underneath here, it's got the nut, or sorry, the bolt, and the nut goes on here. So let's start with that, and then we'll kind of work it from there. So let's see here. Easy enough. It's lined up there. That should. There we go. It lines up on there. That goes over that rail. Gonna pop this little tab up over this frame rail. There it goes. Nice. We get stuck on here. Nothing. There it goes. Man, that looks so much better. Okay. Pop. There's a nut on the inside here. So almost all this stuff is just 10 mil. So. pop the other side on, then we'll get that middle panel on and zip those 5 bolts on there. All right, got this top panel cleaned up. Let's slide this back on here. So remember, 2 bolts in the back are shorter, the 3 in the front are longer. Let's just hand start these for now. On there. We go on the other side, get these tightened up. And let's get these tightened down. Push that panel in a little bit. All right. Okay. Next, I'm gonna find these bolts where they at. Got to be these ones. These are the same size as these. Alright, let's get the other side. Next, we're going to work on the little foot pegs. These were definitely glued down with something in the past. I don't think I'm going to glue them back down. Odds of this ever getting used are super rare anyways, but these should pop it in enough. And if it ever gets loose, I'll just pop it off and throw a little super glue on there. Should be okay, but let me try to remember how this thing goes back together, then we'll pop this on. Okay, first thing we're going to do, this little piece right here, this 10 mil, this round part faces up. This goes in just like that. And it's a little crooked. I don't like that. Okay. Looks pretty straight. You know, I'm wondering, let's get this on temporarily for now. Probably easier. Ooh, there goes that little piece popping out. Should go on just around like that. Okay, let's get the other piece all put together. Okay. We got a little spacer right here. And this is 7 mil, so we're going to pop this on right there. That's where the little lock washer then the little nut goes on right there. Kind of a weird size being 7 mil, but it is what it is. All right, looking good. I am going to, I'm forgetting something. This, that's right, this goes in right here, lines up. Just that pin goes right through the middle there. Sorry, I know it's kind of hard to see. Okay, next we're gonna pop the pin. This damn pin, it gets stuck on this rubber, so I'm going to put this on first with the pin, then I'll put the rubber pad back on. Can't remember which way this pin was. I believe it came in from this side. Come on. And maybe it was the other side. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit easier. All right. believe there was a washer, and let me get my pliers. All right, then I believe it was the washer and the little pin. Come on, little pin. All right. Before I tighten that up, let's test it. Nice. All right, let me pop this tabs over, get this cover on, then this side will be done. Okay, I put a new cotter pin in there. I don't know why I just didn't do that to begin with. Let's get this little nut on here. Okay. Let's get this piece on. This damn thing is tight over here. Should. Yeah, there it goes. Never mind. Lined up nice. All right, pop that in there. Now I say that. One of these sides I was missing a little nut. I think it's the other side. Unfortunately, I can get these at the hardware store, but you cannot find them this color online anymore. Kind of sucks, but I might just paint it. All right, sweet. All right, it opens up nice. This rubber here, I put a little WD-40 on those here so they slip in there a little bit better. Like I said, I'm curious how this is going to stay on there. I don't think it should really be that big of a deal, but like I said, worst case, easy just to throw some damn glue on there. But come on, a little piece in there. Other one locked in there. Which one's not going in there? You get one in, the other one pops out, and vice versa. Oh, there it goes. Nice. Well, that came out very, very nice. So a lot better than it was. Let's pop the other side on there, and then we will finish this thing up. Don't forget anything. I was looking around, and I forgot there is a 10mm bolt that goes here, and there's a 10mm nut that goes on here first. Then you put on that little side piece. So I almost missed that. So there you go. We'll screw this on there, pop the side piece on, then it's all done. Finding this little nut is almost impossible online, but I went to the hardware store, found a little M6 acorn nut, just Sharpied it black, and no one's ever gonna know. So pop that on there, then we'll get this bike out of the garage and finish it all up. Put these side panels back on. I used a little silicone lubricant on the little rubber bushings there, washers, whatever you want to call them. Try to line all these tabs up correctly without breaking anything off. Alright, let's get this bad boy under here. Come on. I do not know why I always struggle so much getting this damn thing back on, I swear to God. Alright, enough room in there. I always feel like I'm gonna break a damn piece of plastic. There it goes. Alright. Tab. Whoop. Get this tab all lined up in here. That one there. Let's see where this little it's catching right there. Oh, come on, baby. Gonna get the little plastic tab underneath there. There it goes. All right, we're gonna screw all this stuff back together, get all buttoned up, and then all we gotta do is put the rack on, that little bracket that I painted right here, and we're done. All right, almost got this rack on. It's a 12 millimeter back here, and there's 2 tins on the side. I partially start the ones on the side, that way the rack can lock into them before you tighten them all up. So we'll tighten this up. This one on the side here. This one over here. And that should be complete. Perfect. Looks pretty darn good. Let's get this thing off the lift and take a look. Well, we got all buttoned up. Just took it for a test drive and everything's running great. This is probably going to be the last video of this. There's really not much else I can do, but it turned out really, really nice, especially for 200 bucks. Better than sitting in the garage just wasting away. So it took a lot of work, nothing too crazy, but I don't think it's going anywhere for a while, probably ever. It's very, very clean. We went through the whole thing pretty much top to bottom. So starts good, it runs nice. No smoke. It's a good running scooter. Hopefully this this series helps some people out. If there's anything else left to do in the future, I'll post a video. But that's all we got, other than a couple little scrapes here and there, which I might touch up in the future. This thing is pretty darn clean for being 21 years old. So anyways, hope everyone enjoyed it, and hopefully it helps someone out.